Next, we're going to start working with the image of yourself that you're going to bring in and cut out and have within the backdrop. So to start with, find your image, bring it into Photoshop. You can resize things later, but the moment you bring an image in, then you have to just hit enter to confirm that that's where you want it placed for now. If you want to move your image around later, you can use the move tool on the top of the screen here to move it around. So there's a variety of selection tools that you have as options to be able to cut yourself out. They're all within this area here. So underneath the move tool, there's 3 of them. The one that I'd start with is the quick select tool, because as it is in its name, is a quick way to make a selection. Though depending on how your background looks and what kind of clothing you have, you may have a harder or easier time cutting yourself out. There's pretty good edges on this picture, so I feel like this tool will work pretty well. So I'm just starting to paint myself, and I'm just pressing and holding, and I'm bringing that tool a little bit closer to the edge. Avoid painting right along the edge, because then it will start to select the background. But you kind of start in the middle and push the tool out towards the edge. I'm going to let go of the mouse just once here, so I'm creating a history stop that I can go back to if I'd like. So you'll notice that I'm not getting too close to the edge here, and I may have to make the selection a little bit better after I go in and get most of things selected here. Alright, just going to grab a little bit of my hair there. I made another stop in the history tool area by letting go of the mouse. I'm doing that so that way I can Control Z to undo something if I do something wrong in my selection. So not bad. I've got a little section here and right there that I'll need to get rid of. So an easy way to get rid of part of your selection, I'm just zooming in here. You can click on the minus right up here. So it's the brush with the minus. And you can minus away parts of your selection. The shortcut on your keyboard to switch the way the brush works is Alt. So if you're just in the normal tool, if you hold Alt, it changes to the minus. So you can kind of go back and forth between adding, Shift adds, or Alt minuses to get your selection to be really close. So I'm going to adjust my brush size here again. There we go. It's not bad. Okay, one thing that you can do is have Photoshop help you with the edges of things. So if you go right here where it says Refine Edge, you can have Photoshop help to find the edge of your hair. So I'm increasing the edge detection. And then right along the edge of my hair, I'm going to paint while this tool is open, and it will help to find the very hairs on the edge of my hair. Don't use this to paint on an area that's already a straight edge, because it will really mess things up. But it's really good for hair. Basically, it'll find those edges of hair down to the last little hair. After you're happy with how that looks, click OK. Then there's just one button to press to be able to cut yourself out, and that's down in your layers palette here, and it's called a layer mask. So click that, and you cut yourself out. You can move yourself to an area that you want. You can resize yourself. Control T on your keyboard is a way to quickly resize yourself. So maybe you want to leave room for something else in your artwork here. But after you've cut yourself out, you're ready to move on to the next step.